This is what I find to be the best way to prep your minis. I'll start off by using a pair of cheap clippers. These I've had since the start. I got it in a starter set, a Warhammer starter set. And when I'm cutting with the blades flush to the sprue. Best practice is to cut the thicker gates first and leave the thinner gates, so the more fragile ones, to last. What this does is it relieves the tension on the thinner gates, and they're less likely to cause damage to the actual model. When I'm cutting here, I'm going to cut quite far away, so I'm going to leave quite a lot of the sprue on. And this is because afterwards I'm going to go in with the more premium cutters. The reason that it's considered by some to cut with cheap clippers first is you protect your more premium ones from damage. Now these are called the GodHand clippers, and some people say that these are the absolute best clippers you can get. Others would definitely argue that you can get ones that are just as good for a fraction of the price. But as the consensus is, these are supposed to be the absolute best. I wanted to give them a go. They are fantastic, but just because they're premium and they're supposed to be best doesn't mean they're perfect. They're not going to get an absolutely perfect cut because it's just not possible. The reason why some people wouldn't go straight in with these is they are very brittle. And if you was to look at Amazon reviews, you'll actually see a few reviews say, "Oh, my clippers broke," very early on. And that's simply because they're so brittle that if you try to cut something that's too thick, they will break. Having said that, some people just go straight in with them flush because they feel like they know what they're doing, and that's perfectly fine if you're comfortable doing that. Now I'm using the back of a hobby knife. It's best to try to avoid a slicing action because that can damage the mini itself. And finally, I'm going to use a glass file. Now this is supposed to be best in class again in terms of mini files. Metal files tend to cause more damage to minis. They are okay to use, just glass files are considered to be better. It does give you a much smoother look. I have tried both metal and glass. I can definitely tell the difference. Now, even with all these tools, I still don't get a perfect finish. I don't know if it's possible to get a perfect finish. This is what has been kind of explained to me to be the absolute best way to go about prepping minis. But I've only been doing this for 6 months, so I am interested to know if you feel that there's a better way of doing it. I am no expert, but this is what I've learned to be the best so far. If you could let me know any ways to improve, or maybe something that you would do differently. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you would like to watch other videos by me, such as general tips or maybe how to prime minis well, check out my other videos. Thank you!